So Rivals Season 8 was in a bit of a rough spot. Whether it's the tournament drama, or the rant battles, or the matchmaking. It just seemed like the vibes were off. To be clear, I think it'll bounce back in future seasons. But I got into Rivals to understand the mechanical ecosystem. So let's analyze what went wrong in this particular update. Rivals is a superhero hero shooter, which is essentially a hybrid of the MOBA and FPS genres. There are 3 commonly accepted roles, and 3 commonly accepted playstyles, and 9 DPS subclasses. Okay, here's the basics. Rock is slow and strong, but Paper can shoot them from a distance. However, Scissors can ambush Paper if they're sneaky, although it's hard for them to defeat Rock. Okay, let's visualize it like this. Everything inside the circles is good balance, in that it provides the proper Rivals experience. But if we push the balance too far into range damage, the game turns into a cover shooter like Valorant. And if we deprioritize aim and focus on abilities, it would play more like Smite. These are examples of bad balance because they don't deliver on the Rivals' vision. We came out of Season 7 with some strong dive heroes. And look, I agree Black Cat needed nerfs, but I wish they'd lowered her damage and kept what made her unique. Because right now, the relics aren't really worth buying, so she basically plays the same as Daredevil. Her victims will still say she's too strong, while her players feel like she got robbed. And keep in mind, dives are supposed to be the counter to poke. But look at this Groot, trying to protect the enemies from me. Anyway, that's when Season 8 dropped with Devil Dino, and he dominated front lines for the first 2 days. But this didn't lead to a tank meta. See, he was so strong that you had to fight Dino with another Dino. And if you found yourself on the team with the losing Dino, the next option was to bring a full ranged team. The combined firepower would melt Devil Dino while starving him of tanks to chew on. So teams began choosing 4 DPS in anticipation of countering a Dino. And then you know what happened? And then you know what they did? They nuked the dives while releasing the most broken hit scan DPS in the multiverse! Wait, poke is too strong? Always has been. Here, let's have the streamers explain it.
Hit scan powers peak as melee is far away, and progressively gets lower and lower and lower as the melee closes the gap. If the hit scan is able to poke the melee before they get in, and they have to lose cooldowns or lose their HP so their engage is weaker, it means that the hit scan or the support that the hit scan is protecting has the ability, a much higher chance to not only not die, but also kill the melee. But if the melee is able to intelligently use the map to their advantage or find a way to close the gap on the hit scan, or the hit scan makes a positioning mistake where they come into the melee's effective range, they should have the advantage. That's the difference. Now, should the hit scan die every single time the melee gets in? No. But the melee should have the advantage. That's the point. Otherwise, why the f would I pick a melee character? If I have no advantage at any range, why would you ever pick me?
Bro, you just have a problem with hit scan players. You have an abusive relationship with hit scan players. Nobody's talking about hit scan players. Nobody gives a Nobody here was talking about hit scan players. We're talking about balance philosophy, the game, how fun the game is, health of the game. Bro, there really is just like no one playing tank.
Okay, before the hit scans send their hit squad, I'm not saying they should nerf your damage. Just shift some of it off the basic attack spam and onto the abilities. I mean, people were saying triple healer should impose a 15% healing debuff. But you don't think the damage calculations also break with 4, 5, 6 duelists? But it's okay. We all know the damage got out of control. Because the healing is out of control. Anyway, Season 9 just dropped, and the future is looking bright. The team-up system has completely flipped the meta, but these balance issues are still something to keep an eye on going forward. I guess if there's one thing to take away, it's that this was all Samju's fault. I took a couple days to try Season 9, and the team-ups are the new meta. The team that coordinates versus 4 DPS with main character syndrome, it's like Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby. But it got me thinking, they could have a mode that bans the top 50% most picked heroes in each role. Make it like this is the B team side mission. I don't know, peace out.